Hi, Krista. Okay, so today we'll be looking at this idea that we are all one, but we are also like separate. And so, what's the difference between soul self and a guide? And I really haven't had this conversation with anybody else. So, this is purely based on my experiences with Aurora and my own connection with my soul. So I would say that they are very different. And the way that I look at this idea that we are all one, I don't know how to do it other than a description. It's like we come from this collective, this is we are all one. But then from that springs out these other experiences and these other expressions of source. And one of them is my soul and one of them is Aurora. And my soul is connected to me in this physical lifetime. My soul is connected to me in this physical lifetime, and then all my other lifetimes that are happening simultaneously, my past and my future, parallel realities, every different choices and ideas that I've got, my soul is able to be in contact with those. And my guide tends to visit. I mean, it doesn't work like that because they are all over at the same time, but it seems like there is a separation between me and my guide and my soul. So let me just talk about how that feels and what the difference kind of feels like for me. Aurora, even though when I'm blended with Aurora and I am channeling, there feels like an overlap in personality, and we'll talk about this in the program and about what that's about and why it feels like there's some real similarities. But particular over time, they do become a distinct, separate identity. It's like a friend. They've got their own personality and you really do get to know them as you would do a friend. So it's an intimate connection, but there's still this sense of me and them. And I remember very specifically saying to Aurora, are you my higher self or are you a guide? And they appeared like this column of light appeared very separate from me. And it was like, no, we are our own identity and we overlap with you, but we are a separate collective from you. Even on that non-physical realm where I exist as a multidimensional being as well, and where I'm a guide for other people, there's still a sense of separateness at levels. And then, like I said before, ultimately we do go back to oneness. Whereas my soul, now if you're sensitive, you're going to already feel the energy shifting as I start to talk about this. My soul doesn't seem to have a personality. I don't interact with it as a personality. It's a state, is the best way I can describe it. So before I started working with Aurora and I was working with the Orin and Deben material, which is wonderful about connecting to your soul, I had an experience where my physical body just completely disappeared and there was just a blue flame, an eternal blue flame. It was just delicious and gorgeous, and I just felt myself as the absolute beautiful being that I am. And that is an amazing experience. Excuse me. And then when Aurora took me on a journey to activate a more conscious connection with my soul self for this specific lifetime, so what Abraham would call the inner being, that's the best way I can describe it, but it was very specifically for this lifetime. It was at once a beautiful, warm experience and also quite clinical. It's really hard to describe. So I had this experience as my soul self for this lifetime was a collective of tones, and it spoke to me in a collection of tones and sounds and vibrations. And it was kind of like at different levels, like music that is more nature-based kind of sounds like. It was just like that. And it was this swarming collective energy. And I didn't have that sense of beauty, but I had a real strong sense of who I truly am in this lifetime when I drop any conditioning or approval seeking or living to other people's agendas or mass consciousness. It was just like, whoa, that's what I really feel like. That's what I really want. That's who I really am. It was amazing, and it was very different, and it's very different from Aurora. What else have I got in my notes? So that's it, really. It's like the guides feel more like friends that you're in partnership with, and they're your mates, and they have a different perspective on life, and you just, they're always there. You can have a good time, you can have a chat, and they can guide you. They can pop over and have a look at a different lifetime for you. They can help take you to your future, and they can help take you to the past. They can do all sorts of things, but they're your mate, they're your friend. Whereas your soul is just this real intimate you. If you have any experiences that are the same or different of mine, please do let me know. I'd love to get a conversation going about this. I just think this is fascinating. And, we all have our own filters. I will have my filters that I experience things on. And so I love to experience conversations with people that had similar experiences. So they're confirming, but also ones that have had different ones that open me up to different understandings as well. So, hope you found that useful. See you soon. Happy adventuring. Bye bye.